Ladies and gentlemen, this is an election experience like never before because these are polls like never before in Karnataka. Hovering around the Bengaluru city, we welcome you aboard Air Alexa and the election news coverage on CNN News 18. Namaste, Jai Hind, I'm Anand Narsimhan, and with me, Zaka Jacob and Maria Shakil. A visual experience, we've Bengaluru guys, but to see it from the top and especially the fact that there are roads which are empty.
Oh, yeah. No, I had an amazing experience the other day. We were shooting at the 21st floor of this big skyscraper. You could see Kantirva, you could see UB City. I think Bangalore from the air view, the Air Alexa view, is incredible.
Yeah, but on ground zero, how was the view? Let me ask you that.
It's muddled. It was muddled, certainly. I think the last week did make a difference. The question is, how much of a difference did it make? Let's see, we'll know.
But you see Bengaluru, Karnataka bucking the trend of a hung house and giving clear majority this time around. You see that whichever party takes it, be it the BJP or the Congress.
I think so. I think it'll be a decisive mandate because people have seen the indecisive mandate that was thrown up in 2018. You had multiple governments in the last 5 years. It will be a decisive mandate. Like you said, whichever party wins, either BJP wins or Congress wins, I think the people of Karnataka will vote decisively.
Interestingly, both parties, Maria, the Congress and the BJP are looking at that 125 to 130 number. Siddaramaiah says 130, BJP says 130. Both of them are angling for a decisive mandate. This horse trading Operation Kamala, they don't want again.
They do not want. And, you know, the question is whether it will conform to past electoral trends or whether there'll be a new electoral language that will be written in Karnataka. But interestingly, as Zaka has been saying, we are showing a rather clean street and also the traffic movement is very smooth. So Zaka, when you moved to the airport, how much time did you take from your hotel to the airport?
So I left on a Sunday. So there wasn't the peak hour traffic. So it was fine. It was not that bad. I took about an hour. But apparently, some of the people who we had an event on Friday evening, some of the people, including Rajiv Chandrasekhar, who was the chief guest for that event, was coming from Koramangala to Hebbal, and he said he took about an hour and a half, almost 2.
Yeah.
That is like average Bangalore life.
That is going to take some time till the time the metro projects are over, till the time all the flyovers are over, and Bengaluru as a city has grown. But it has grown in a haphazard manner. So till that time, it's organized. Now, is patience going to wear thin? That's what we've got to see. Beautiful it looks, ladies and gentlemen. And it's a visual treat that we're trying to bring you. Yes, you know that we are trying to mix artificial intelligence along with a certain level of 3D graphics and, of course, visual appeal. Plus, of course, the forefront of that thing that you see there behind Zaka, you know, it's the magic wall which will get you all the portrayal.
Zaka, you've named it Karnataka Magic Wall this time.
Yeah, we've added a little more magic to the magic wall.
We've got a
live tracker. Right now it's showing the parts 99, 2004, 2008. But on counting day, you'll have a live tracker. So at 8 a.m. who was leading, at 8:15 who was leading, at 8:20 who was leading. So that's a live tracker that we've added. This, of course, is the wagon wheel of the House, which everybody is familiar with. And this is how the House stood at the end of the 2018 election. 104, BJP single largest party, Congress at 80 and JDS at 37. But, of course, things change because 17 MLAs from the JDS and the Congress jumped ship and joined the BJP. So, in the outgoing assembly, the BJP had 117. So, we've added a little more magic. This, like I told you, is the real-time tracker. Right now, you're seeing past results. But on the day of counting, you will see 8 a.m., 8:15 a.m., 8:30 a.m. If there is a trend that changes through the course of that counting morning, you will see that here on our live tracker. And then, of course, we have the wall itself. We've added a few more factors this time around. This is how the map of Karnataka looked at the end of the 2018 election. Will it be a sea of saffron, as you're seeing here in the coastal part, in central Karnataka, here in Mumbai, Karnataka as well? Or will this map change? We will know that on the 13th. What we will know tonight, though, folks. What will we know tonight?
Wait, no, tonight the exit pollsters. What the pollsters are saying and what's the poll of polls. And many people are saying there's only one party that even now, after all this, stands a semblance of a chance to become the
single largest party.
Party with majority. Single largest party, 2 parties had the chance. Only one party has a chance to even get to majority. Do the pollsters say that? As Zaka said, between the 25th of April till the 10th of May, or the 8th of May, a lot has been done by the BJP, especially by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Does that have an impact? And more importantly, ladies and gentlemen, we will get the final voter turnout numbers. Let's see, 2018, the average voter turnout was about 72%, but in Bengaluru, it was very low. it was in the mid-50s, if I remember correctly, and that was way below the average. Now, if Bengaluru comes out to vote in big numbers and the overall voter turnout is 80%.
77%. So
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
overall voter percentage.
If it hovers around 80%, then it's anybody's game, because usually the BJP says higher voter turnout is advantage them. But this could also be anti-incumbency, people coming out in large numbers to drive out the BJP.
So there
which
were
way do we
two
look
elections largely. If we were to divide these elections in Karnataka, one election before 25th of April, in which, and another election post 25th of April, where national became local. So what the Congress did before 25th of April, did they actually manage to resonate with people post 25th of April? We'll know about it in the next few hours.
This will be a test of magic of PM Narendra Modi and how much of it translates into the state assembly elections. Because largely we've seen that they say central Lok Sabha, Modi, different state, local issues, that's what we do, and the voters become very discerning. But will they be able to tide over that, and will they give PM Modi a chance to say new leadership promise, and we will do a complete overhaul, and it won't be 40% Sarkara? We'll have to wait and watch. Congress, meanwhile, very, very confident. Rashid Kitwai is also with us in the studio, but before we get talking to him, let's try and signpost. Let's try and understand here on Air Alexa, what are the talking points at this election? Why is it so important? And where's this fight all about? So let's try and zoom out a bit and the big numbers. There you go. Fantastic creation this by our graphics team, give you a visual appeal. See, more than 5 crore voters overall, plenty of aspects to talk about. Let's first start about the fight. The fight is about 224 seats, ladies and gentlemen. 224 seats at the assembly, that's up for grabs. The halfway number 112, majority mark 113, and some of the big challenges. The scorecard, if I were to bring back the scorecard from the last time around, the BJP was the single largest party, so near yet so far for them. The Congress had 80, the JDS had 37 seats. Will they do that 37 number this time? Because then they come back into the hunt as kingmakers. But on ground they say no, perhaps those votes will shift towards the Congress en masse, or the BJP could gain. This aspect, this man, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, what he turned out on his roadshows in Bengaluru and also in some parts of Bombay, Karnataka and central Karnataka and coastal Karnataka, will that swing it for the BJP, get them those critical 10-15 seats which they want to get past that 112 number? We'll have to wait and watch. 5.3 crore voters in all. That's a huge base, ladies and gentlemen. Huge base. So if an 80% turnout also means that nearly 1 crore voters would not have cast their ballots. That's very big. Revolving door results since 1989. What will that do? We'll have to wait and watch. Will that change? Will the BJP buck the trend? Factionalism within the Congress party, how much will it hurt? Kharge versus DK Shivkumar versus Siddaramaiah, or will it not matter at all? Will each of these satraps within their own caste combinations pull the votes in the direction of the Congress party? Will the big defections of the BJP, will that hurt the BJP, especially the Lingayat leaders, because that was the stronghold of the BJP always? And these new measures which the Election Commission has experimented with the senior citizens, home voting for those above 80. If it works in Karnataka, will they now implement the template in all the other states and eventually at Lok Sabha 2024? We'll have to wait and watch. There's a tight fight in 46 urban seats. And in 112 assembly seats, ladies and gentlemen, the women dominate. I'll come to that in a bit. 67 seats are Lingayat dominated seats. Nearly 55 seats are Vokkaliga dominated seats. Will that be the decider, or will this be the decider? 112 seats with more women voters than men. Will the women also consider the caste combinations, or will they work at a different level? What they think is going to work for them? So many questions that come to mind. So many equations beyond what we see at the surface level, Zaka. And is this dynamic going to come, or eventually will it be Lingayat, Vokkaliga, Kuruba, and the Brahmin votes, Muslim votes, etc.?
Look, caste does play a role in Karnataka more than perhaps in any other state. What we're seeing in UP and maybe even in Bihar to a great extent is Mr. Modi and the BJP are able to subsume caste under the larger Hindutva project. Can they do that? They've done that with the Lingayats to a great extent and very successfully for the last 20-30 years in Karnataka. Can they do that with the other castes, with the OBCs, the Kurubas, the Idigas, also with the scheduled castes, with the Dalits? Can they subsume caste identity under Hindutva? I think it's going to be a great election to know some of these underlying trends. On the other side, I was following Siddaramaiah's campaign for a day. I think it's fair to say that he has become some kind of a backward classes mascot.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. I mean, I was there in Varuna in his constituency. From village to village when we traveled, I think the backward classes are really looking up to. It was almost like, I mean, I know comparisons are not right in politics, but it was almost like a Lalu Prasad kind of a thing. I mean, for the backward classes, whether you're, poor Muslim or poor OBC or poor Dalit, he was being seen as some kind of a messiah. He's the guy who came up with the Ahinda concept. So I think that will play a role as well, for
And
sure.
interestingly, what has happened is that in these elections, the Congress party has realized that they are best if they play the role as a regional force. So the Congress party, while it retains its national party status, realizes that the only way to take on the BJP might and machinery and the popularity of the Prime Minister Modi is by becoming regional, by becoming local. So this election is also a test of local versus national when we look at the larger picture.
But did that all change towards the last lap? The last
so the
200
elections.
meters, 25th to the 9th, did that, to the 8th, did that all change? Harish Upadhyay is with us. Harish, first up, kudos to you, to your team and everybody on ground. I must give a shout out to everyone who's on ground. Rohini, yourself, Ritu, Aman, and also Pallavi. All of you have done some phenomenal work. But let me ask you, as the dust settles, is the voter turnout encouraging? Is it higher than 2018? Will we have a clear leader with a clear mandate?
Well, thanks, Anand. Look at the voter percentage at 5. It's around 65%. And looks like it might just probably cross the last time voting percentage and end up or settle down anywhere around 73-74%, which means there is no significant change in the voter turnout. So who will it benefit? That's one question. The other aspect that we'll have to see here is how some of the crucial regions have voted. The Congress believes Hyderabad, Karnataka will be a game changer for them. Whether it's Siddaramaiah or others who I've spoken to are saying we will sweep that region. They got 20 seats last time round. They're hoping for extra, and they're saying that region will ensure Congress crosses the triple-digit mark, and that could be a game changer for the Congress. He's also campaigned extensively in Kittur, Karnataka region. As Zaka was mentioning, he's emerged as a leader of the Ainda community. I'll give you an example. If you talk to some of the Kurubas now, they no more call themselves Kurubas. They'll say, now Siddaramaiah Jati. They'll say, we are Siddaramaiah's caste. So it's reached to that level. And the Congress believes there is a consolidation of Kurubas, Muslims, and the SC left in favor, SC right, beg your pardon, in favor of the Congress party, and that will ensure they cross the halfway mark. That's the Congress's belief. The BJP saying we will change the entire dynamics of Karnataka election forever and ensure that the state votes on same lines, whether it's Assembly or Lok Sabha. It will be development that will matter for people.
It is a huge ask for them, especially with B.S. Yedurappa not in active electoral policy or politics, plus that shift of some of the big faces, Jagdish Shettar, Lakshman Savdi, some of the others. Is that going to hurt them? Central Karnataka, Bombay Karnataka, and in South, especially the Bengaluru region, that's where the BJP, and coastal Karnataka, that's where they have tried to really focus and push. But region-wise, over to the man on the wall.
Yeah, I think Harish made a great point. I think North Karnataka, which generally has tended to favor the BJP, and you can look at both the Bombay Karnataka region as well as the Hyderabad Karnataka region. I'm just going to play that out in our filter here. Let's take Mumbai Karnataka as well as Hyderabad Karnataka. And if you look at how the BJP managed to sort of swing it, there was a 10-seat difference between the Congress and the BJP. Even though the vote share difference was only 2, this is really the sort of swing area, if you will. This is where the BJP managed to get its nose ahead of the Congress in 2018. If you were to go back and check how this region, these two regions, Bombay Karnataka and Hyderabad Karnataka, voted in 2013, again, look at the difference. The Congress was at 50 seats, the BJP only at 17. The Congress, there was a 13-point difference in vote share. They swept both Hyderabad Karnataka and to a great extent Mumbai Karnataka as well. And that's why the victory of 122 in 2013 was possible, because this North Karnataka region, both Hyderabad Karnataka as well as Mumbai Karnataka, was swept by the Congress in 2013. But in 2018 was a different picture. As far as the BJP is concerned, two other areas which are critical for them are central, because again, because of the Lingayat vote, Yediyurappa comes from Shimoga, that's right in the heart of the state. And then, of course, you have coastal, which is the so-called the laboratory of Hindutva, Udupi, Mangaluru, Dakshin Kannada, those belts. Again, both central and coastal, you will see that the BJP swept last time around. Take a look at this. Out of 56 seats, the BJP had 42. the Congress only had 14. And the vote share difference also, almost 8% vote share difference between the BJP and the Congress. The JDS had 0 seats. 0 seats in these belts. In fact, in coastal Karnataka, out of 21 seats, I think other than 1 seat, Mangaluru South, which UT Kadar won, everything else was BJP. Every seat was BJP. Will that change in this election? Because remember, here, this belt also, they changed a lot of their candidates. I think 7 or 8 candidates out of those 21 they changed. So will that help the BJP? Will that aid the BJP? And again, central Karnataka, Shimoga, Davangere, Chitradurga, these belts, because it was the Yediyurappa factor in these belts, will that necessarily change this time around? We'll have to wait and see.
You see the JDS winning 37 seats. It's interesting. They continue to hold on to that Mysore Mandya region and that belt, and even the hold sway on the Vokaliga votes. DK Shivkumar has not been able to make the kind of dent that you expect. 55 seats is quite critical in that Vokaliga segment.
Absolutely. I mean, look at the results last time around as well. This is how and why the JDS emerged kingmaker. Out of the 50 seats that are in Old Mysore, which is Hassan, Mandya, Channapatna, you go all the way up to Mysore, the JDS won 24 out of those 51 seats. It was the single largest party, ahead of both the Congress and the BJP. The Congress had only 16 at 33% vote share, and the BJP had only 9 seats at less than 20% vote share. This picture, will it turn? Will the JDS have the same kind of impact that they had in 2018? Or will this picture turn? Because this Vokaliga vote has largely been dominated. It's a fight between the JDS and the Congress. The BJP has been trying desperately to make inroads in this belt. They've been leaders like, Ashwath Narayan, leaders like Prakar from Padmanabh Ashok, R. Ashok from Padmanabh Nagar, who's also fighting against DK in Kanakpura. They are pushing their Vokaliga leaders, someone like a Sudhakar from Chikbalapur. They are pushing their Vokaliga leaders, saying that we're also a Vokaliga party. Will the BJP be able to make inroads into hardcore JDS territory? I think Old Mysore will also hold a key. So out of those 51 seats, watch out for whether the BJP is able to improve its tally, because if they're not seeing the kind of gains that they're hoping in Old Mysore, and if those huge rewards that you saw in coastal, central, and to some extent in Hyderabad and Mumbai, Karnataka, the similar results are not seen this time around, then you can say that the BJP could potentially be in trouble.
And the BJP went for a complete generational shift in the ticket distribution. The reason that they did was that they were hoping that it will inspire particularly the youth to look at the BJP very differently. An experiment which worked for them in multiple states. An experiment which worked in Gujarat.
Yeah. But see, what happens is they did a full government shift 18 months before the election. They did a government shift with Basavaraj Bommai. He's not very popular, many people say, but others say that he's done far greater job. Let's try and go across to our guests. And before the first numbers start trickling in, get their thoughts. Prakash Belawadi, actor and former journalist with us. B.S. Arun, senior journalist with us. Rashid Kidwai, senior journalist with us in the studio. R.P. Singh, Sardar R.P. Singh with us, Lavanya Balal of the Congress Party and Pratap Kanagal of the JDS. Namaste, Jai Hind, gentlemen and the ladies. Thank you very, very much. Let me first ask your thoughts. First, Bengaluru residents, Karnataka residents, I hope all of you have voted. Lavanya ji, let's start with you.
Hi, good evening. I am not a resident of Bangalore, though I reside often in Bangalore. My voting is in coastal Karnataka. I've just finished voting in my rural booth.
Fantastic.
In my farmhouse.
Fantastic. So what's the mood? At the end of the day, I'm sure everybody politically would be fancying their chances, but do you believe that this has been a high voter turnout election?
It's very exciting, especially in the ranks of Congress party. The excitement is very high. And the way our party